Well, hello gang, and welcome back to the channel. So for today's ride, we're back in the Gulf State Park for another journey. Today's video, we're starting out in the park though. I noticed on my last video, I got a lot of views, but not a lot of attention span. And I think that's probably because people tuned in to see a ride in the park, not a ride getting to the park and through the park. So I figured we'd start off up here at the headquarters, ride deep back into the park, into some areas where I haven't filmed before, and just have a nice long ride. The journey was good. It was a great ride. It was a little bit windy though. There is a tropical depression down here right now, and that will show up in the microphone, I'm sure. But it's about an hour of ride time. It was early in the morning. I started about 5:30 a.m. and I just enjoyed it. I hope you do too. We'll talk a little bit about some e-bike laws that are coming to the Gulf Coast, specifically to the city of Orange Beach. It will have some effect on the state park itself. So, maybe it will affect you if you're coming down to ride or if you live in the area. So we'll talk a little bit about that as well. So hope you enjoy the video. Thanks for watching and have yourself a great day. I finally looked into that bike share station, see how it actually worked. There's an app for your phone you put on, and then once it's in, you put in your credit card and you can use a bike for free. You just have to scan it and you get a code to unlock. There's like a little clamshell lock on the back tire. So you get a code to unlock it, and once it's unlocked, you can use the bike for 3 hours for free. If you use it over that, you can pay to rent it for a little time. But I mean, honestly, who's going to ride it for more than 3 hours? And there's so many little stations in the park where you can acquire a bike or return the bike that you could simply just ride it to one place, turn it in, do whatever you want to do, and just pick up another bike. So, and they're well-maintained bikes. I talked to a guy a couple of days ago that he's used them multiple times, and he was quoting that some of the bikes were actually new, or very newer, not brand new, but you know what I'm saying. So it looks like they do a pretty good job of changing out bikes periodically. It's a nice little program. If you don't want to walk the trails, you can just grab a bike. They're little beach combers, but at the pace they want you to ride, they're fine. You're not going to be doing any Tour de France rides, but that's sort of what they want. Hey, that bike path's there for a reason. Speaking of ride speed, Orange Beach putting in a new e-bike law. I guess they've done like a first reading of it. There's a second reading on the 27th, I believe. And then after that, I'm not sure when it goes into effect, but it's much different than a lot of the other laws in the area. And to be honest with you, I like it better than what everybody else is doing. It basically does away with the class system and instead restricts the bicycles, period, to a 20-mile-an-hour speed cap.
And then it puts e-motos into a classification all by themselves as a motor-driven vehicle or motor-driven cycle that requires registration, insurance, and basically says they can't go on trails and things like that. So honestly, with the way the e-moto industry is going, that needed to happen, because there's some ridiculously fast little electric motorcycles out there. But anyways, Orange Beach's rules will be 20 miles an hour on your bike, but 15 inside the park. And then when you come up to someone like this gentleman, you're supposed to go down to 10. So hello, sir. How you doing, man? Just letting you know I was gonna pass you. Have a good morning. Oblivious. People, take your headphones off. You're gonna run through nature. Enjoy nature. And then that way you're not oblivious to the people around you. You could hear these bikes coming. Especially when you have somebody who's responsible riding and they're signaling you to let you know, hey, I'm coming up. I've gotten to the point where I hate using the horn, but I have to, because so many people are lost in their headphones. And you can say, hey, how you doing? And you get no acknowledgement from them. So you don't know whether they heard you or not. And then, if you assume that they heard you, you'll walk up next to them or ride up next to them, and they'll freak out. Like, oh my God. And they're the ones probably that complain the most about, I was out on the trail and this fat guy on an e-bike came just blasting by me and didn't even, I thought he was gonna run me over. When the situation's completely different. When the fat guy on the e-bike is behind her going, hey, how you doing? What's going on? What? Hey. And she's in her head listening to whatever. Martha Stewart sings Tupac. I don't know. That'd be an interesting album, wouldn't it? So yeah, I don't know. I kind of like the Orange Beach rule because it doesn't penalize responsible riders. It doesn't push e-bikes off of the trail and go, oh, they're demon bikes. They go so fast. And I've been looking at like e-bike forums or whatever, because things have been popping up in my feeds lately where a lot of people are questioning, are e-bikes really the problem, or is it people? And the truth is, it's people. It's not the e-bike, it's the people. Because you can do just as much stupid stuff on a regular, as they call them, analog bike, as an e-bike. You can build up a ton of speed and come around a blind corner going way too fast and meet head on with somebody or ride right up behind a group of people and have to slam your brakes on a traditional bicycle. Is it easier to do it on an e-bike? Yep. But I think the majority of the people who are riding the e-bikes know their limitations and know when they can ride fast and when they need to slow it down. So my hope, though, is that if Orange Beach passes this law and changes the way e-bikes are classified in the area, it's my hope that Gulf Shores will follow the same path and unify the laws in the area. Because let's be honest, we live on an island. You can rent a bike right here and you're in Gulf Shores' jurisdiction, but go down to the next traffic light and you're in Orange Beach. Well, it's a little bit further than the next traffic light, but you get my gist. Within half a mile, you've changed jurisdictions. And on an island, it would be nice to see both municipalities as well as the state park unified. Good morning. It is windy this morning. Trying to get in before this tropical disturbance comes into the area. Trying to get a ride in. I got like a 2-hour window. Hey, good morning. How are you?
How are you?
I am just fine. I'm gonna pass you over here and have a good morning. Anyways, it looked like the rain wasn't going to come in until 10 o'clock or so. The wind certainly has come in. See it on the lake. And the clouds are blocking out our sunrise. I thought we'd come this direction, we'd get a decent sunrise over the lake, but that did not happen. I've been making a real effort lately to try to stay as close to the 10-mile-an-hour speed limit as possible. It looks like I'm flying a lot of times in the videos, but I'm not. Good morning. How are you?
Well, thanks. How are you?
Good. Those passing conversations are fun. How are you? I'm great. Well, how old is the day? Well, it's too late because I can't hardly hear you. But it's nice that people are social. There are so many people that I run across out here that they don't even acknowledge your presence. And it seems like it's a consistent theme around the country, you know, because I was, again, reading some bike forums, and the number one complaint that you see on there is people not communicating on the trail. You know, you constantly see people complaining about people with their ear pods in and their, or AirPods or whatever, you know, their earbuds, and have everything drowned out by music to where they just aren't alert to what's happening around them. And as I said earlier, I think that's one of the biggest issues on the trail. When you have pedestrians and bikes sharing the same path. All right. So I think today I want to go down the Beach Mouse bypass all the way back to the back of the park to where the primitive camping area is, like the tents, whatever they call the outpost, that area. And then make my way through that area around the middle lake, and then get in some of the true backcountry trails back there that we haven't explored. That's the goal anyway today. Morning. But boy, this wind is gonna be a knocker. Especially for me. My body is just a big sail in the wind. When I'm riding into it, it slows me down. All right. Hopefully you get this ride in and don't get wet. I did bring the rain gear though. The beach pavilion. Real nice view of the lake right here. That'd be a real nice place to just sit and read a book. Morning. One thing about riding on these bridges, you have to keep an eye out for spiders. I came through yesterday on the Gulf Ridge, Gulf Oak Ridge, and there was a giant spider had put a web up across the trail, and apparently I was the first person to ride through there, and I just about ate a spider to the face. It was like a big old wolf spider or something. It's quite large. Almost to the end of this. I'm back here stalking you. Well, I was like, I'm doing good. How about you?
Doing well, doing well.
Yeah, I was just kind of slowing up because I was like, I think we're to the end of this trail, so have a good run. Try to get in before the rain gets here. All right. Morning.
Morning.
Now we head to the back of the barn. The bridge experience is pretty much over. There's like one more little spot we'll hit. Meant to stop back there. One of these little benches I'm going to stop at for a second. Just walk around. Morning. Alright, I'm going to stop right here for a moment just to stretch my legs and get off my butt. I do these rides every day, and at my size and my weight, my butt hurts after a while. Alright. So here's the power lines. I think this is about as far as I've ever taken you guys on this trail. This will take us back on the south side of Middle Lake. Back to Boulder Park. Man, that headwind's something today. Hopefully it's not too noisy on the microphone. Morning. Have a tortoise habitat there, and a little viewing area for them. A little rest area. Use the restroom if you need to. A big giant beach chair. Morning. All right. I did wave. I think I've seen that guy every morning now for the last 3-4 days that I've been in here. Good morning. And sometimes I don't acknowledge every person I come across with a howdy, hey, you doing? All right, this should get us back on Gulf Oak Ridge, or I don't know what the name of it is right through here. This will take us to the up around the Orange Beach Sportsplex, and then back towards the campgrounds. But at this point, we're pretty far back in the trail, and there's a whole another section to the east, maybe another mile or two. We're not going to ride that today. We'll hold that off for another day. We'll probably incorporate those into the rides in August. I'm thinking about doing that whole American Cancer Society 300-mile challenge for August. For me, it would be fun to do because I'm trying to hit that 100-mile-a-week goal consistently, but I know it's also a fundraiser. I don't know that I would raise any money. So, but I might do it for the attaboy to me. Morning. Just to say I did it. A parkour park. Good morning. Just gonna pass you on the left. Have a good day. Morning, man. How you doing, bud? He's like, I'm focused on breathing, man. I know he knows I was there because I saw him look over his shoulder, but... All right. We're back behind the sports complex now, which is part of Orange Beach. One of these days I'll ride up and around there. All right. Whew. Hands are getting a little numb. All right. There's the Cross Park Trail and leads us to Gulf Oak Trail, or at least the part of it we're most familiar with. Should be a little bench up here I'm going to stop at. Change some batteries out. I've been riding for quite a long time. I know the video is probably only about 40 minutes at this point, but I've already been out for 45 or so before that, before I started. I decided I'd start at the video today at the headquarters. So we didn't start filming there or start our video there. After I looked at the attention span of people viewing the videos, my last one got a ton of views. Last I looked, it had like 80, 90 views. But like, people's attention span on the videos is really short. And I think that's probably because people look at the video because it says Gulf State Park, and they're more interested in the park and not my journey to get to the park as well as the park. So anyways, all right, I'm going to take a quick break, change out some camera batteries, and I'll be back with you guys. And we're off. Hello, Mr. Rabbit. Wow. I'll tell you what, you take a couple of minutes to sit down and relax and let your body perspire a little bit. You get back on the bike and start riding, it gets cool. It's about 6:30 in the morning right now. And even though it's very humid outside and warm, when you're wet from sweating, it cools you off real quick. But then once your skin dries out, you feel the humidity and the heat again. All right, fresh batteries. Gave my butt a little time out of the saddle. Drank a little water. I'm good to go. I got about another hour of ride I want to get in today. I think I'll stop this video when we get to the headquarters, as I've completed this loop, and then I'll finish the rest of my ride. For the day. One of these days I want to cheat into the new RV resort. Go check it out. It's got to be what all these little trails are. in the woods is where people are, well, there are fire breaks as well as trails that are going back up into there. I was not aware the resort took up all of the old golf course. I just thought maybe the golf course was closed and they were remodeling it or something. I didn't realize they had just gotten rid of the golf course and turned it into an RV resort. I'm starting to look for new places to go ride too. Like there's some stuff that, like I ride down West Beach all throughout the city. I don't think that's interesting for the channel so much, but I think I might take a trip up to Gatlinburg maybe this fall and ride Cades Cove on one of those Wednesdays when they don't have any vehicles in the park. I think that's pretty cool. And there's a place in up around Montgomery, I guess. It's an old railroad bed. It's like 35 miles you can ride. There's a couple of places in Florida I'd like to go ride as well. Things where I can just make a weekend of it, or head out on a Monday and ride for a couple of days and then come back. I'm spoiled having such good places to ride right around the house. All right. There's that bridge. Hey, good morning. I almost drove off the path. How do we go back? We could go the boardwalk around the north face of the lake. I'll just go up Coyote. Morning. Whew. Normally I'd go up that road and go out through the old high school. I've got some other places I want to go today, so I'm going to pass on that. Go by, hit the grocery store on the way home. Killed two birds with one stone. All right. Morning. That's where it's at. My left knee did not like that last climb. Anyways, this brings us back to where we started. I do hope you guys have enjoyed the ride today. It was fun. If you did, do the whole like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about Orange Beach's new e-bike rules. It's certainly better than what other people have. And anyways, thanks for watching. Have a great day, and hopefully you'll join me again for another ride in the future. Bye-bye.